It's World Camel Day. Yay! And it's also a Wednesday. Double yay. Hump Day and World Camel Day. Double yay. My name is Tara Lea and I'm a camel behaviourist, wellness and energy expert, and I am the host of this podcast, Camel Channel, with me, Tara Lea. So today is the 22nd of June and it's dedicated as a World Camel Day. Somebody came up with this idea. I'm not sure who, when or why. I'm sure Google will tell you that. But the day is actually designed to give recognition to the fact that camels are very important creatures to many people around the world, but mostly to recognize the fact that camels actually are a very important resource for some people because they depend on the camels for their own survival. So I can kind of relate. Having camels in my life is an amazing thing, but it's another thing to actually obviously rely on them for all the resources that they have to offer, like their wool and their milk and all that sort of stuff. But basically for us camel owners, us pet camel owners, we know that camels steal our hearts and take over our lives, and surely that counts too as a way that camels give to us. I wanted to dedicate this podcast to, well, the camel. And since they add so much value to our lives in a variety of ways, and in some ways we won't even know about because we all have our different camel stories, I thought it'd be more fitting to try and squeeze in a little bit of treating of thy camel. After all, they are the ones that bring us so much joy. If you've ever seen a camel sneeze and fart at the same time, you know exactly what I mean. And if you haven't, you have not lived until you do. It is LOL. Camels also offer us companionship. You know, they're always there for you to lean into if you need them. And they're non-biased and they're non-judgy. And camels can challenge us also to change ourselves into better people. And that comes through training and handling. I've had some quite transformational experiences in recognizing the kind of person I am through training and handling camels. And the other thing to mention is that camels can offer us humans some life-changing byproducts like camel's milk, the camel wool, camel dung, yes, I'm talking about poo, and even urine, which in some cultures it's believed to cure some illnesses. People all around the world adore camels, and that is just an amazing community to be part of. And if you're a camel owner, lover, wannabe owner, you are also part of that community too. You are adding value to this day. So we've determined that camels are amazing, and if you're a camel owner or caretaker, you'll have your own definition of what's so amazing about the camels you spend time with, which adds to a beautiful complexity to how amazing these creatures are. So how can we treat camels in a way where they feel well treated, like they're special? Remembering that camels are not humans, so we can forget about the cake today. It's all going to be about things that camels love to be treated with. This is not going to be an entire podcast about food treats either. Rather, I'm going to add a bit of variety about things your camel will find enjoyable to do with you for a deeper connection and to express your appreciation for them. And a bit of a side note, make sure you keep listening to the end because, of course, I have a World Camel Day sale happening that you won't want to miss out on. It's my favorite sale of the year because it's World Camel Day, obviously. And it also gives me an opportunity to invite new people to join my tribe. Anyway, not too much on that right now. So let's start with food treats, which is easy and mostly hands off. And it's ideal for people who feel a bit short on time, but you still want to show your camel a bit of World Camel Day lovin'. So option number one for treating your camels with food is you can prune some branches off their favorite tree or shrub that you know is safe for them to eat. Things like wattles and acacia trees, part of the acacia tree family, are safe. Also prickly pear, the cacti, citrus and apple tree branches and leaves, anything deemed non-toxic to camels. And if you're not sure which plants are non-toxic, just hold off until you know for sure which plants are in fact non-toxic. I actually have a whole lesson on this toxic plants subject for camels in the Academy online. So option number 2 is fruits and vegetables like apples, oranges, mandarins, bananas, watermelon, pumpkin, carrots. And just remember that every camel is different. One camel that loves carrots another camel might hate carrots. I remember somebody who found out that camels like citrus, so they bought like 20 kilos of citrus. It was on special and they were throwing them out, and great opportunity, and they brought it home and dumped them in the paddock, and none of the camels ate it. So yeah, not all camels are the same. You've just got to get a bit of variety and see what might be their favorites, and one day they might like one thing and another day a different thing. That is the camel. Just remember not to overdo it with any of these fruits and vegetables and things that are not normally in their diet, because you don't want to cause any tummy upsets and things like that. So just don't go giving kilograms of these things and then having bigger issues on it. Here's some tips for feeding treats to camels. I do want to give you these tips, and these are important little tidbits. So avoid feeding the camel their food treats by hand. I encourage you to use a drop and leave method. They will certainly still enjoy the treats if it hasn't come directly from your hand, so you don't have to worry about that. And the reason I'm saying all this is because hand feeding treats can cause camels to be a bit pushy and mouthy, as they will tend to look for treats every time they see a human because they're opportunists, and given that they're such large animals, and for the most part camels don't realize their size, they could accidentally hurt someone. So the drop and leave method is a glorious way to be able to treat your camels, for you to be safe and for them to still enjoy their thing. And you can stand at a distance and watch them enjoy their food. I definitely enjoy watching animals eat. It gives me a lot of pleasure, and I think it's just like, I don't know why it's so satisfying just watching something chew with their mouth open, but it just is. So I get that you might feel inclined to want to treat them by hand, but in this case I'm asking you encouraging you to do the drop and leave method, just to cause no issues later on. And that's it with the food treats. You might have noticed that I did not mention any grains, because grains are not good for camels as they mess with their gut bacteria, which a camel vet explained to us in the Academy a little while ago in her camel nutrition and toxic plant talk, which the recording is available in the Academy membership portal. So I've got a couple more ways to treat your camels. It's a little more hands-on, but can be super enjoyable for both humans and camels. You can take your camel for a walk like dogs. Yes, camels love the stimulation that walking offers. They like to sniff the air, they like the visual stimulation and the movement. Camels by nature are long distance walkers, mainly to forage for water and food. So it's not out of their natural nature to want to go for big long walks, or any walk for that matter. They are a moving nomadic creature. So from the human's perspective, walking your camel is a wonderful bonding experience and a trust building exercise, as you demonstrate to the camel that you are a trusted leader by leading the way on your walks. Of course, only do this if you've taken your camel through some basic camel training. Safety first, people. And here's a little pro tip. Never take a single camel for a walk on its own. Take preferably another camel or whatever animal that camel is housed with. Camels are herd animals for survival, so don't try and mess about with their inbuilt evolution. So bring a friend. Everything is more fun with friends anyway. So another little fun way to treat your camel is with some TLC. Touch, love, and comb. I might have made that up. I don't know. But all camels need some TLC, some touch and loving and combing. All camels have a desire to connect with something or someone, whether that be another camel or another species of animals or a human. They have deep emotional intelligence to the point where they can feel feelings. So how can you TLC a camel? How can you TLC a camel? Touch, love, and comb. So first, let's talk about touch. If your camel is trained and handled through connection and trust, you've already set yourself for a long-term success, because now your camel loves to be touched. And it's an incredibly bonding experience for the human and camel connection. Camels prefer long strokes over pats, so none of this hard patting stuff. They'll tolerate it, but they're just sitting there kind of tolerating it, not saying anything until they do say something. Try stroking your camel's long neck instead, and you find that they might even lay their head down if they're already sitting down, or even standing, and fully take in the experience. Camels who trust humans love a good massage too, so firmly moving your hands through their wool or through their summer coat, you'll find it makes them super chill. I do this for my camels every time I unsaddle them, and they love it. I reckon they look forward to that part. So the second part is love, part of the L in TLC. And interestingly, in India, the camel symbolizes love. So I think it's fair to say, and some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about here, camels give a lot of love. Sometimes I feel like my camels give me more love than give me more than I actually give them. And they're always just so unconditional about it, which is just so beautiful to be part of that sort of existence. Like, really, we can all learn a bit of something from that. So to show your camel some love back is to let them love you. I know it sounds weird, but seriously, simply spend some time hanging out with your camel in their primary area. Safety first, of course. People don't go hanging out with camels that are too timid or scared, or a bull camel in rut. It's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about just to be there without asking anything of them, and let them just sniff you and breathe on you and camel kiss you. And I'm unashamed to say, of course, I kiss the camels back. And of course, you're welcome to do that too. And thirdly, in the TLC, we're looking at the combing part, which means brushing the camel in an enjoyable way for both human and beast. Safety is paramount though, so only do this on camels you have done the trust and bond building and connection building exercises with, and that your safety around camels. You can always go to my YouTube channel, Camel Channel with Tara Lea, and see how to be safe around camels. You can watch that video if you're unsure, or if you want a few refreshers. The kind of tools that you can use for brushing: any horse or even a laundry brush, even a plastic garden rake can feel like a massage to camels. I personally like to brush my camels with like a large horse tail and mane comb with a large circular head, as well as using my hands, especially in the winter months when they are full of wool layers, and in the summer I like to use like a horse dandy brush, and again my hands for the massage effect. My camels are so lucky. Speaking all this out loud, I'm like, man, it sounds like I really like my camels and I spoil them. But I just appreciate them, and I know they appreciate these things back. So there you have it, some ways to treat your camels on this amazing World Camel Day. Talking about treating your camels, I have a World Camel Day sale happening right now, only for a few days, where you can get half price off your first month in the Camel Channel membership, which means you'll be showing your camels some love by learning all the camel things, with access to an entire library of camel information on camel handling, psychology, husbandry equipment. There's even a camel forum there. You can connect with other crazy camel people, and even a camel vet and all her camel vet talks. Your camels will be stoked that you are their person, armed with the academy knowledge available to you in the academy. So if this is the first time you've heard about the academy, then I suggest you head over to camelchannel.com and click on the academy and grab your first month at half price. You can try it. You don't have to stay for the whole month if you don't enjoy it and you don't want to refresh your membership. That's fine. I wanted to gift this so that people can have a bit of a chance to trial the academy and see all the amazing content in there. And if it's not for you, then you simply don't stay. It's really simple. But again, the half price coupon is available over at camelchannel.com, so you can go ahead and grab that now. It's only running for about 3 days, so grab it while you can, and then that coupon will expire. I'm so pleased to be here with you again, sharing this information on how to treat your camel on World Camel Day, or any day for that matter. And again, you are listening to the Camel Channel podcast. I'm Tara Lea, and head over to camelchannel.com now to grab your first month of the academy at half price. Catch you soon.